All right, so there's a deal today on the news, on Facebook, on everywhere. Everyone's freaking out about this children's hospital in Colorado has dropped gender like IDs on arm tags and patient wristband something. Okay, people are mad because they feel like it's taking God and taking Christianity and stuff out of hospitals, out of the public, out of the United States or whatever, because people that are transgender and gender neutral and stuff are fighting for their rights to not be labeled a certain way or whatever. And I've got tons of friends that are really mad about this, and they think that it is just absolutely terrible that this hospital has chosen to take male or female or girl or boy or whatever off of these wristbands, because it's kind of allowing these gender neutral people whatever to like take over and to gain a hold on society, and to show society that that it's not right to say that it's a boy or a girl and stuff like that. And so all of these Christians, all these church people, all these super conservative people, or just conservatives in general, are upset about this. Okay, I grew up super conservative. I grew up in a Baptist church, and most of the people that I'm around, most of the people that I associate with are super conservative. Okay, I have super conservative views, and I have some pretty liberal views. Okay, so I am unlike a lot of the people that I associate with in the fact that I actually look at a lot of liberal ways and liberal things, and I agree with them, and I'm okay with them, and I don't care. Okay, and this is one of them. Okay, I don't care if that wristband says that my little girl is a girl or my little boy is a boy. When I go to the hospital, whenever when they bring me my child, if they give girls a pink, little toboggan and boys a blue one, okay, if they can't do that anymore, or they choose not to do that anymore, if they choose to do neutral colors, I don't care. Okay, I don't care. If my nurse or if my doctor is a hardcore liberal, if they are a trans, if they are gender neutral or whatever, I don't care. Okay, if that doctor is nice, if they're polite, if they're knowledgeable, if they're capable, if they can do their job as good or better than most people, and if they treat me fair, they treat me honest, then I don't care what sex they are, or what sex they want to be, or what sex they tell people they are. I don't care. Okay, I care about how people treat people. Okay, and I'm a Christian, but I don't feel that it's very good to be upset about this, this hospital taking off the gender things on there and being mad because it's, going against what I believe in based off Christianity. In my opinion, it has nothing to do with my beliefs or the way that I act or the way that I live my life being a Christian. If they want to follow a more just mainstream or non-offensive way of doing things like that, I don't care. Because if I have a child that is born a girl, and for whatever reason she associates with something else at some point, and that's the way she feels that she is, I'm okay with talking about that and being reasonable about that. I'm okay with looking at different things, okay? And people talk about science, God made us a certain way. Science made us a certain way. There's no arguing science. Well, that's a bunch of BS, okay? In nature, in science, there are all kinds of crazy things that happen statistically over however many people it is, 1 out of 1,000, 1 out of 2,000, however many people, okay? Genetically, things happen that are not normal, and they're not the standard, okay? Some people are born with a penis and a vagina. Can you believe that? Can you believe that God would create something of his own kind that has a penis and a vagina? Okay? Yes, it happens. It happens a lot more than you would think. In nature, animals, deer, dogs, all kinds of different natural species, animals, they behave in unnatural ways, and they have unnatural things with their body, okay? Science is crazy. Science is not just they have a penis, they're a boy, they have all of these different thoughts, all these different desires, and they should only be this certain way because that's the way they are. That's the way they're born. That's the way God made them. Okay? No, it doesn't work that way. Okay? I grew up with people, I know people, I met people in college that they may have been born a certain sex, but they didn't act that sex. They didn't associate with things that are normal to that sex. Okay? Did they want to be that way? No. Did they choose to live a life a certain way because that's what they chose to do? No. Okay? People, one of the biggest arguments to this whole thing is, a sin is a sin, and being gay or being lesbian or being trans or whatever is a sin because that's what it says in the Bible. And it explains why and all this stuff. And it's okay to sin, and it's okay to have impure thoughts and all this stuff, okay? But, let's look at animals, okay? Animals, they don't have the same mental abilities that people do, okay? And they act off of pure, just natural instincts, okay? So why is it that animals sometimes are gay and lesbian and do gay, lesbian type things even though they are of a certain sex, but the wiring and the way that they are and what they choose to do doesn't align with that, okay? They are not like humans, and they are not consciously sinning and consciously doing this stuff. They're not. They're just acting off of pure instinct, okay? Humans are not far off of animals as far as instincts go and desires and the way that they operate, okay? And people are going to argue with me, and they're going to think I'm crazy for saying this, but that's just the way I see it. And if you want to put a gender-neutral sign on the bathroom stall, I'm fine with that. Perfectly fine with that. And they say, oh, Austin, I can't believe that you would say that. You would let your daughters go into a public bathroom and have, a trans or have a man dressed up as a woman in there, this and that. Okay? Number one, I take my daughters into the men's bathroom with me because they're not old enough to defend themselves against predators. Okay, there's predators that are women. Okay, there are women that molest and assault and do all kinds of terrible things to other women and kids, children that are girls. Okay, there's boys that molest and do all kinds of stuff to boys. Statistically, I don't know what the number is, but it's very, very, very high percentage of kids that are molested and abused. Guess who does it? Okay, it's not strangers at the mall. It's not creepy people at the gas station. It's their parents. It's their grandparents. It's their cousins. It's their nephews. It's their aunts and uncles. It's their freaking family and people that are around them the majority of the time. That's who normally does it. So all these people that are paranoid about public things, I don't know. I think that it's ridiculous. I don't agree with it. And I don't know. I mean, they want to, remove the name tag, girl and boy on the armband. I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't want my kid to get lost. I want to have, appropriate identification for them, whether this is their birthday, their first and last name and whatever else. I want it to be safe. I don't want people to mess up on who's who, but the warm, fuzzy feeling about seeing baby girl on that wristband, I could care less. I could care less about the pink, headbands or the, little skull cap things they have. I don't care. Okay, when you take your kid home and you get them in your house, you can buy whatever you want with them. You can put baby girl t-shirts and baby girl armbands and baby boy stuff, whatever you want to do. But this is a public business. This is something that they have to be careful. They have to be aware of the way things are in society. And I am no stranger to controversy whatsoever. And I don't have a problem with controversy, okay? So if this company wants to avoid controversy, they want to avoid some problems with the transgender, population or people that are giving them, any type of negative anything associated with these armbands, if they choose as a business to take that away and just not have it be an issue, I'm fine with that. I mean, I don't care. And I don't know why anybody else cares. Oh, and it's because, as a Christian, we have to fight for, things have to be a certain way. Well, they're not. They're not that way. There are so many things in the Bible that are terrible, that are awful, that don't make any sense, that go completely against all, common sense and rationale about, the way you should be as a Christian. But that doesn't mean that I'm not a Christian. But there's things in the Bible that are written in the Bible that are supposed to be taken as 100% truth. And if you don't, you're going to get stoned and you're going to go to hell. That I don't agree with, and I'm not going to follow. And, some people say, well, you can't pick and choose things, this and that. But I do. I pick and choose what I think is fair and reasonable. And I treat everybody very well. I work for a lot of people that are gays and lesbians and possibly trans and stuff. And I will say the majority of them treat me a lot better than the Bible thumping church leaders of this community. And the reason why is because I treat them really well and they appreciate that. And so they treat me really well. As for the leaders of the church, as for a lot of these Bible thumping people that we work for, some of them are the greatest people in the world and they're awesome and amazing. But some of them, they don't pay their bills. They treat us terrible. They come out and gripe and complain about all kinds of things all the time. And, it's sad. So I'm going to get off of this, but I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. Businesses should be able to do what they want to do. And if you want to try to do things to minimize controversial, problematic things with anybody or any type of class or race or gender or whatever it is, if you want to just take something out of the equation so that it's not an issue, I don't see the problem. So that's my 2 cents. Peace.